Anal.
So today I'm with
Martina.
Today I'm going to be telling you the story of the time I got caught underage drinking.
But this time, I'm telling my part in the story. I played a pretty big part in this story.
Yeah.
Like, I really made this story.
And this is the third time I'm telling this story because the other 2 times were really cringy. Alright, so disclaimer.
Major disclaimer.
We're not condoning underage drinking.
No underage drinking. It's bad. Don't do it.
Underage drinking is illegal, and do not do it.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Like, don't even think. It's peer pressure. Don't do it. It's horrible. You'll die.
So don't do it. And,
or don't smoke or do anything.
Alright, well, at least this video is going to stay monetized now.
Okay,
anyway,
perfect. That's what we
So
wanted.
I showed up 2 hours before she did. There was only 5 people there when I showed up. When she showed up, there was like hundreds of people.
Yeah, there were so many people because he showed up when it started. I showed up like 2 hours later with the gang.
Yeah.
But
so there was only like 2 bottles of alcohol when I got there. There was banana red Mad Dogs, and there was strawberry Smirnoff. And I
didn't get to see any of that
so
stuff,
I was
but
just,
it was only 2 bottles.
I was with like this other guy. I don't even remember his name now, but like we just met there and we were drinking that together. But he only had like a cup of everything.
He had the bottle.
I had like half. I was carrying around the bottle.
I wasn't even there yet, but I know he had the bottle.
I was carrying both bottles in my hand. Both of them were half filled. So I'm just like carrying around half filled bottles, drinking both of them. So I drank all those. I was super fucking wasted already. And this was whenever people first started to show up. This was like whenever there was at least 100 people there, whenever I was done drinking. And someone introduced me to a new thing that I never heard of, also known as a Four Loko. And those get
They play a big role in the story coming
Alright,
up.
so if you know what a strawberrita is or like mango-ritas, they have like 2% alcohol in them, so they don't get you drunk, but they're still like an alcoholic drink.
They taste good.
And that's what the Four Loko kind of tasted like, so I'm like, this can't be that high in alcohol. Little did I know, it's equal to like 3 beers in each fucking drink. So I had one of those, and then
I don't think it's 3 beers. I think it's way more.
Maybe, I don't know, but like I was told 3 beers. So I had one of those, and I'm like thinking this is like 2% alcohol, so I'm gonna be fine. I had a Miller Lite, and then there were these people smoking outside, like smoking cigarettes, not weed. And like I was drunk, so I was like, why not? I don't have a Joel. so I took
Wait, you don't have a Joel and you have this fucking cigarette.
One of your Joel's dead. But anyways, so I took one of their cigarettes because they offered me, and I can't say no because like I'm a peer pressure bitch. I was already like down 2 half bottles and a Miller Lite and the Four Loko. Terrible combination. I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to mix beer.
You're not supposed to mix anything, like in general, like don't mix.
Yeah, disclaimer.
Like, stick to one thing.
Stick to one thing.
Like if you have a bottle of vodka, just drink the bottle.
Don't drink beer with it. I didn't know that was a rule, so I
don't bring don't have a bottle of vodka and a bottle of whiskey in one hand. Like don't do that.
That's a story time on her channel.
Yeah, it is. I do actually have a story about that, but like still.
Okay, so after I smoked the cigarette, I went inside. And I had another Four Loko because I thought it was like 2% alcohol. And this is kind of where she comes in. So I had the Four Loko, and then I went downstairs, and I've never been that wasted before in my life. And the guy I was with earlier was telling me, everyone at the party was telling him that I was like making a fool of myself.
Yeah, you were. You were.
Because everyone was like saying I'm like trembling and like tumbling everywhere. Like I didn't know what I was doing. I looked like a fucking idiot. Nothing new. And this is where Martina comes in.
Yeah. So I came. So I came down with my friends. There was like 5 of us. I don't really remember who I even came with. So I walked down with my one friend, and then he was the first kid I saw, and I had a bottle of Jack Daniels in my hand. I mean, we go to school together, so, like, I knew who he was, but we weren't even that good of friends. But, so he comes up, bro, let me get that. Fucking takes it out of my hand and starts chugging. I'm like, okay, like, you do you, whatever.
Jump shot.
There was, like, a table now at this point with a lot of bottles of alcohol. And so I got a cup, and I just started, like, making drinks and stuff. So and he was like, make me a drink, make me a drink. So I'm making him drinks, too. Yeah, while he's drinking my other stuff, and then when I say there's a lot of Four Lokos at this party, like people just must have been bringing like cases of Four Lokos.
Yeah,
so I remember
cases.
Yeah, okay.
It wasn't the person's house. Like someone from McKeesport brought them all.
McKeesport kids. McKeesport?
Yeah, we can say McKeesport. Yeah, McKeesport. Someone from there brought like a bunch of Four Lokos. So like shout out to whoever that was.
Yeah. So I got one Four Loko at this point. While I'm already making a drink, I'm drinking a Four Loko. So he's gone at this point. Like I mean, gone. Like, I said like 5 times. But anyway, he is basically like drinking everything in his sight. Like, there's no stopping this kid. And I'm just chilling there, making my own little drinks. My Jack Daniels, Four Loko in one hand. You know, I said not the mixed drinks earlier, but like I did.
Don't underage drink.
Yeah, don't do that.
Alright, whenever you're about to get to the part where you saw me throw up, like, pause there. Because I have something to say before that.
Okay, so I'm just gonna say how we like walked around upstairs, like met a bunch of people, played a game of Pong.
Yeah.
So as it's going on, he just became really good friends with me and my other friend I was with, and we were basically together like the whole night hanging out.
Her mom's calling her.
Hello?
Hey, can you put the kitten in the garage?
He is in the garage.
Huh?
He is.
Oh, you didn't get him out?
No. I did it. Maybe Maria did. I don't know.
Alright, do you need anything? You good?
No.
What are you working on?
I'm filming a YouTube video. No, not for school. No, I did my homework in study hall. Yes, Mom. Okay, Mom, I gotta go. I'm trying to film a... I'm not hungry.
Sushi.
Bye. Where were we? So we're all going upstairs, like him, me, my friend, and we're just meeting a bunch of people, saying hi, getting alcohol, keep drinking, whatever. Come back downstairs, we all start playing a game of Pong, and this is really when it started going downhill, like really bad. So he like kind of wanders off. Like, when I say he was drunk, he was fucking drunk. Like, the worst I've ever seen anybody. Like, we can...
I don't think I've
Keep it
ever
there.
been this drunk before in my entire life. Like,
Yeah.
Like, to this day, that is the drunkest I've ever been.
I
Considering
believe it.
I barely ate anything whenever, like, before I got there, because I remember it was on a Saturday, I'm pretty sure, and get off your phone. But I literally ate, like, nothing that day. I had breakfast, and that was it. And then I went back downstairs, and I saw this guy. I'm not going to say his name. And I see him at all these parties, like, whenever I went to parties in my freshman year.
Yeah, he's always there.
He was always
and you
there.
like don't really know him, but like he's always there.
Yeah, I didn't know who he was until, like, I saw him at school. The next day, he was asking me what happened. But I see him at every party, so I was like, hey, it's nice to see you again. He's like, oh, look at you. You're trashed again. But this time, I was, like, 10 times more trashed than I usually am.
Always.
Always. That's the last thing I remember was seeing him. I remember I was like saying hello to him, and I started sliding down the wall, and this is where my memory goes blank until I go back upstairs, so she's gonna fill in for everything that happens whenever I was like
Dead.
Yeah.
So, still playing the game of Pong. He goes upstairs, but I'm still downstairs, so he comes back downstairs. I don't think that just made sense, but you'll
I was
get it.
traveling.
You know, I was traveling around the house, so eventually I'm making my way back downstairs.
Making my way down.
So I'm downstairs, and he's sitting on the couch, so there's this girl on this side of him in the middle, and me, like, on right here. And
I don't remember this.
I'm like, are you okay? Like, you don't look okay. So I'm, like, recording the party. I, like, was just like, hey, like, what's up? Like, Snapchat videos. Like, so everyone knows I'm having a good time, but actually I'm just, like, fucking around at some girl's house I don't even know, like, drunk off my ass. And so I look at him, and he just looks at me, and he just all of a sudden goes, all on the other side of this girl. Like, thank God, because if he would have went to the right, it would have been on me, but he went to the left, and it was on the other girl. I'm like, thank you,
Okay.
God.
So I started puking my guts out.
Yeah, and
Like,
I had the video of it, too, because I was recording, like, the party, and
know
I
what?
had him on it.
insert video here.
Yo, chill, cuz. Just get him out.
Keep it going. I've never thrown up this much before in my entire life.
It, like, lasted
Like,
a long
not even when I was
time.
sick, because I don't get sick that often. I don't know how, because, like, I'm nothing but poison in my blood. But I was projectile vomiting in this bitch. Like, you can finish off, because I don't remember it. I see videos of it, I'm like, oh, shit.
Yeah, so, I mean, I was taking a video, like, I thought it was funny as hell, I put it on my story, but the girl he threw up on, she was pissed. So, at this point, this is, like, when everyone, like, started, you know how, like, at parties, people start saying, like, the cops are gonna come, the cops are gonna come. They've done that at literally every party I've ever been to, and no cops have ever showed up. Like, before this, now cops show up all the time, but, but before this, like, I was like, the cops aren't gonna show up. There's, like, 200 people here, people are running outside screaming, or in, like, a neighborhood, like, yeah, the cops would show up.
Obviously.
So I'm downstairs, and, like, people, like, were really saying, like, the cops are gonna come, so I'm like, you think they really are gonna come? Like, asking my friends, and they're like, I don't know. So the girl who had the house, her grandma was home, and she was the motherfucker that called the cops. Her own grandma.
Really?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No, I didn't know that.
It was
Oh my
her
God.
grandma. I kicked her cane.
Oh my
running
God.
up the stairs.
I thought that she was like, I thought
the grandma.
I thought
called
she was
the
fully
cops.
aware of what was going on.
Like she didn't. Like it got crazy. Like it got like too crazy and out of control. And like no one could like she couldn't like the girl's house couldn't handle it. The grandma that was there couldn't handle the party.
Yeah, so many people were showing up from like all kinds of school districts around us. I'm not gonna say them because that's illegal to say, but like this party was meant for like 2 schools, our school and her school, and there was at least like 12 different schools. There was people traveling at least like 1 hour to get to this party.
Yeah. And so I walk upstairs and all I can see out her like we were in the basement, so I walk upstairs like where like the front door is, and all I can see is cop lights. I'm like, this is a joke. So like I didn't know what to do. So my other friend that I made at the party grabbed my hand. Like I wasn't with the people I came with. I just like met this girl at the party. She grabs my hand and we start running like upstairs, and then this is where the grandma was. Everyone was started running upstairs like to where her bedroom was and stuff, and the grandma was like holding her cane over the stairs. She pulls me upstairs. Her grandma's holding like the cane on the stairs. So I just like kicked it over. I didn't like snap it or anything like an asshole. I just like kicked it to the side and continued to run upstairs. So in her room, it's like her bedroom. Like this girl has a very nice house. It's her bedroom, and then she has like a shower and like a mirror to do her makeup, and then like there's another door that leads to like just the toilet. So I was in the room with just the toilet, and it's not that big. Like it's literally super small. It's just a toilet with a door. So me and like 5 other people are in the room with the toilet, and just we locked the door, and we're just sitting here like, oh my God, like what's happening? And my phone, like I'm like I can't operate at this point. Like I probably drank like 2 Four Locos, Jack Daniels, and who the fuck knows whatever else. And so I'm like, well shit, like. So the cop comes pounding on the fucking door. He knows we're in there. I'm like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. So it didn't really hit me. It didn't really hit me that it was reality until we opened the door and like I saw the cop standing there. I was like, oh my God. So I walked downstairs because he was making everyone go into the living room so he could take names and everything. And I saw Kyler. He was on the couch where they were putting everywhere.
I'm going to interrupt you. I was in the bathroom. I don't know how I got there because the last thing I remember was throwing up downstairs. Like, I remember not too well, but I remember, like, throwing up a little bit and, like, hearing people say, whoa, like, stuff like that. And, like, that's all I remember. Then next thing you know, I wake up. I'm upstairs standing over the toilet. There was no puke in the toilet, so I wasn't puking at all at this point. I'm just, like, literally just standing there. And I just walked out of the bathroom because I forgot. I'm like, why the fuck am I in the bathroom? Because I don't know how the hell I got there. And then I saw the girl that I puked up on earlier, and she slapped me. And then I went into her room. She has like a room right near the door is. And I went to that room, and I laid down on the couch. And then I heard from other people screaming, the cops are coming, the cops are coming. I looked out the window, and I saw like police lights. So I texted my mom. I'm like, come pick me up. There's cops here. I sent her the address and all this shit. And she, like, didn't understand me because whenever I'm texting drunk, I can't text right. Like, I was texting her random ass shit. And
I didn't even text my mom. I was so afraid.
It took me, like, 12 times to write down, come pick me up. The first few times were, like, a blur of text. Like, I'll show the picture here. That's what I looked like whenever I was texting. Like, my mom was probably confused as shit. She's like, what the hell is he saying? And my mom told me whenever she first showed up and the police were there, she said she saw the police first knock on the door, and then everyone got out of the house. Like, she said it was like a bunch of ants running out of an anthill. She said there's 2 police running with flashlights saying, come back here.
And there wasn't enough cops at this party. Like, by, like, the max people was probably, like, 200-ish, I'd say. Wouldn't you?
There might be more, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know, but there was a lot of people. Like, the house was packed. The house was huge and packed, and you couldn't move. Since there were so many people there, they didn't have enough cops, and I vividly remember the cops saying when I was standing in the living room, because that's where all the cops, like, made all the kids go, and they were like, ma'am, why didn't you call us earlier? And she was like, I don't know. And so I was like, fuck, I gotta get out of this. Like, my mom's gonna kill me. So in, like, the one living room, there's, like, a back window, so I slowly like made my way to the back, and there was not enough cops there for everyone there, so they like weren't just watching like me, like they were way concerned about all the other kids, how our house was fucking hotbox, like that's probably was a main concern. but I slowly walked to the back and there was a window. So I like lifted it up halfway and it wouldn't go like anymore. So I just take my long ass legs and just kick it out. I didn't know what else to do. Like my fucking superstar shoes just bashed through that window. I like kick it in and I just climbed out and I started running and I just ran to like far back in her yard and hid behind a tree, and I called up my friend and I'm like, where are you? Like whispering so people wouldn't hear me, and they were in the yard too, like hiding somewhere else. So he started walking towards me and I started walking towards him, and there's a cop like in between us. There's like 2 cops there. So one went after my friend and one went after me, and I ran. I've never ran like this in my life. I think it was because the Four Locos, because they give you so much energy. My ass outran a cop. I outran this cop all the way to another street, like 3 streets down and all the way at the top. So then I jumped in a bush, and as I'm in the bush, because I guess they realized like they don't have enough cops for this, they like called backup. So as I'm sitting in the bush, cops are just flying down the street and like to get to our house. So I'm like saying like, oh my god, I'm going to die. I don't know where I am, and like you can send your I couldn't send my location. Like nothing was working. I couldn't even figure out how to do it at this point. So I'm like, I called my one friend and my other friend that I went to the party with. I'm like, where are you? And she's like, I'm in the car. Like, where are you? We're driving around trying to like pick people up. I'm like, okay, I'm in a bush. I don't know where I am. So I crawl out of this bush, go up to this person's house where I am, like whoever's house was, shout out to you, and I walked on their porch, like wrote down their, like on my phone, like in a text message, like wrote down the house number, walked to like the street, but I was like on the corner so I could like see the street name, so I wrote it down and I just sat in the bush and waited. So eventually she shows up and I jumped in this girl's car. I don't even know who was driving, but my friend was in the car, so we like skirted out of this plane of houses so fast.
So while that's all happening, I was still in the house, and the police came inside of the house, and they were busting everyone except for her and the other bitches that ran outside of the window. And I'm like I'm on the couch in that room that I told you about earlier, and the cop comes up to me first, because like I'm the only one slumped on the couch. Everyone's standing up and they look kind of sober, and the cop goes up to me and he goes, "Have you been drinking tonight, sir?" And I go, "No." I don't know why I even said that. Like, I can't even pull that off.
Like, there's no point to even lie. Like,
so
you're literally falling on the ground.
He told me to stand up, and I actually fucking fell. Like, he told me to stand up, and I stood up, and I'm like, I fucking fell right there. And then, like, he eventually, like, asked me for my information, and my drunk self gave it to him. And then I told him my mom was on her way, and she was actually already there. I just didn't know that. So he had me sit on her staircase, and then I saw my mom come up to the door, and they go, "Is that your son?" And she goes, "Yes." Got in the car, and I was puking again outside of the car. Like, I had the car door open. I was like throwing my guts out, and then I went into and then we drove home. And I don't remember any of this, but I was told this by my family, that whenever I got home, my family was holding my head in a garbage can because I could not stop puking. Like, I was still puking when I got home. So they had a garbage can right underneath me, and I was puking all night. And then one of them left to go to the bathroom, and then they found me on the couch with my head like this, and I'm choking on my throw up. So she had to, like, put my head down again, and I just keep on throwing up, and then eventually I stop, and they put me to bed. And I don't know why. I had this weird-ass dream that I was in California because I was there, like, 2 years ago. And I had a dream that that was happening at this moment. So whenever I woke up, like, I was like, whoa, I thought I was in California. And I had no idea what was going on at all. Like, I had no idea what happened. So I woke up just thinking it's like a fucking regular Saturday day. Like, I didn't even know what day it was. I'm just like, yep, it's... And then I saw my mom, and then, like, everything hit me. I'm like, oh, shit, everything that just happened. My mom told me that the police collected her license to take off the information, and they said that we're going to go to court and stuff like that. Yeah, they never did anything. They didn't do anything to anyone that went there, thank God. But to this day, nothing has happened.
Sorry, had to switch cameras.
Well, in conclusion, that is all that happened.
Yeah.
We almost got arrested because the police, they got my information. I thought they were going to do something. They said they would.
They didn't get my information, but I was still convinced that they were going to arrest me.
They got my information. They said they were taking us to court, but they probably said that to like 400 other people that were there. But that's it for this video. If you enjoyed, give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Comment down below what you think about this. And I'm going to be disabling all hate comments. So and yeah. All the bloopers to this video will be on my backup
There's
channel.
a lot of bloopers. This
yeah,
took
this
a
video,
lot.
the original recording is around 30 minutes. This is probably gonna be like 12 minutes.
It was 30 minutes on his camera. Mine, I don't know how long
Yeah,
it is.
so it's a long ass video. So there's gonna be a lot of bloopers, probably longer than this actual video right here, and they're really fucking funny. So go watch it on my backup channel. The link will be down below. Go subscribe to Martha. Her channel will be down below as well.
Martha.
I think she has like one video up right
Yeah,
now.
I just put the video up like 2 days ago.
Yeah,
maybe.
because she's a chicken.
I was like scared. I have so many on like private, but I
Yeah,
don't
she's
wanna
gonna
upload
become
them.
a daily vlogger.
Oh yeah.
Anyways.
And my Instagram will be linked below, so follow me.
Yeah, same with me. Anyways, that's all I have to say for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.